The 1880 train in Hill City, South Dakota is operated by the Black Hills Central Railroad and is the oldest operating tourist railroad in America. We were in Hill City, South Dakota in mid-July of 2025 and so decided to take a ride on this fascinating train. We arrived at the station just in time to see the Black Hills Central Railroad number 110 backing up to its consist for its next run. The 110 is a 2662T articulated steam locomotive, one of two that the Black Hills Central operates on this line. This Malley-type locomotive was built in 1928 for the Weyerhaeuser Timber Company to operate on their line. In 1999, the Black Hills Central acquired the number 110 to work on their tourist railroad, and it still does today. Now we watch as the train is coupled up to its consist, preparing for its next run to Keystone, South Dakota. In this journey, we rode behind the Bluebird car, which is about 2 cars from the front of the train. This train car is accessible to wheelchair passengers and is one of multiple that exist on the consist. Here's a quick look at what the inside of our train car looked like. After boarding had finished, we got going on our way to Keystone, South Dakota, about an hour's journey from Hill City. Along the way, the train would pass through various forests, hills, plains, and farmlands, allowing for some very nice viewing opportunities.
Is dominated by black elk peak, formerly a burning peak, a large mountain with a still fire beyond the top. That's 7.
What is it that fascinates us about trains? Hi, this is Rick Mills. Can I share that?
About an hour later, the train arrived in Keystone, South Dakota. Here, the train would detach from the consist and run around to the back of the train to prepare to pull it all the way back to Hill City. Once the train stopped, we decided to try getting out onto the platform to get some video of the train, but there were way too many people. Luckily, however, we were able to get some video of the train running to the back of the consist. Even though the journey back to Hill City was pretty much exactly the same as the one to Keystone, just in reverse, I would have to say that the views were actually better on the way back. Back Hill City, we got off the train and watched as the 110 began to take on water for its next journey to Keystone. After that, I decided that I wanted to try to catch the train leaving the station on its next run. So I set up near the Black Hills Central Railroad number 7, a locomotive that had previously been pulling this excursion train, but now sits on display near the depot. Something that I think really enhanced the experience for me was being able to hear that wonderful whistle sound, which was amazing. On a slightly unrelated note, South Dakota is beautiful. I was not expecting it to be this nice. The night before we visited the train, we visited the famous Mount Rushmore and watched as they lit up the statue in the dead of night. Coincidentally, Mount Rushmore is located just a few-minute drive from Keystone. And once again, we come to the end of another video, but be sure to stay tuned as there'll be more rail fanning and train riding content coming very soon.